Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we did some more kind of tutorial-ish stuff. We went over joining a Unity Concord. We went over how to make money using Sparks of Eminence. We went over doing side quests and building fame. We went over getting our sub job. That's a big critical item out of the way. And then we worked on the second Windurst mission, where we had to recharge some mana orbs, which are basically the battery cells for the automaton Cardian defenders of Windurst. And we recharged those, but then we got accosted by a bunch of ace Cardians as we were leaving, and they stole the mana orbs from us. So we'll be seeing what's going on with those rogue Cardians as we progress here. So I think at this point most of the kind of early game tutorial and setup stuff is largely done. I can't think of anything specific that we would now need to do, so we're ready to move on to just knock out some Windurst missions. Oh, and regarding fame, I went ahead and checked, and because there's an NPC that you can check, and they basically, based on what line they say to you, you can figure out what level of fame you're at. And after just doing that small set of side quests and the couple of missions that I've done so far, we're already up rank 3 fame. So we're moving along. I think like rank 4 is really all you need for most things. There's still some stuff that needs like rank 7. I think rank 7 is the max. And we still want to get rank 7 because, as I mentioned before, that affects pricing and everything in the shops. So you want max fame so that you buy stuff for less and sell stuff for more. Speaking of buying things, before we go much further, we're going to need to buy some stuff. And we're going to be buying them from the actual auction house here in Windurst Woods, down here, the South Auction House. And the reason for that is that we're going to need a way of sneaking around. So there's two statuses. There's Sneak and Invisible. Sneak reduces your, makes you make no sound, and Invisible makes you, well, invisible. Because enemies in this game are aggressive based on either sight or sound. And you need some way of mitigating that, especially if you want to move around some of the more dangerous areas of the game, which we're going to have to move around some of the more dangerous areas of the game without having to fight. So we're going to be spending most of that money that we just made. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to bid medicines. First thing we're looking for is prism powder. Looks like they're going, if we look at the price history, they're going for around 10k. We don't have any idea exactly how much people are currently listing things for, which is the way it works here. You just make a bid, and if somebody's listing matches your bid, then you buy it. So let's bid 9k, 9,000, and see what happens. Almost certainly it's not going to go. Oh, nope, I bought them. Excellent. All right. And then we're going to need silent oil. Those are going for around 30k. We're going to try and get it for, let's say, 25. Let's just see if... Nope. 25 didn't work. No. That's a mistake. Go at 29k. Nope. 30k. There we go. And there's maintenance, so... Is that going to affect things here? Just a second. I need to do some mental math. Alright, based on the times, I think I have enough time to squeeze this in. So, we'll keep going. Alright, now that we have our prism powders and silent oils, and I need to get rid of some of these other stuff that I don't need anymore, but I'll worry about that myself. If we happen to be going near a shop at any point, then I'll just duck in real quick and relieve myself of some stuff. Alright, so we've completed the Windurst mission rank 1's missions 1 and 2. So that's Windurst missions 1-1 and 1-2. So now we need to do mission 1-3. And so we'll talk to Rakobuma here and get the next mission. And the next mission is the Price of Peace. So, have these missions helped in making you stronger? Perhaps you're about ready for a mission that involves the Yagudo Beastmen. Yes, because we need to talk about them. On the other side of West Ceruta is a place called Gideus, the home of the Yagudo. You know the Yagudo, don't you? They are the beastmen who, for ever so long, have ravaged the grasslands of Ceruta. But the current Star Sibyl took it upon herself to try and make amicable relations with the damned enemy. As a result, we have to pay tribute to the Yagudo with food offerings as a sign of our friendship. That's the crux of this mission. First, you are to go to the Rhinostery's biological laboratory in Windurst Waters. The researchers there will provide you with today's food offering for the Yagudo. The researchers will tell you what you are to do next. This is an important mission issued by Heaven's Tower, or more specifically, the Star Sibyl herself. Control your hatred of the Beastmen and fulfill this mission as best you can. If they get in my way, they die. Just saying. Alright, so we need to go to Windurst Waters Rhinostery. I believe is in the south section of that map, which we haven't actually been to yet. So let's head over Windurst Waters. Home points 1, 2, 4. 4 is probably our closest. Alright. This map is a little strange. It's divided again into this north area and this south area. So here's the north area. We'll head into the south area. So, I guess I'll be back once we're near the Rhinostery. Alright, we're approaching the Rhinostery here on the southern half of the map. And in reality, we do have a shop right nearby. I'll have to think about it. New home point, so now we can teleport here. Alright, so who we need to talk to is we need to go to the roof. And we need to talk to a Taru named Leap Hop. It's literally the guy's name. Alright, what? Speak up. What's that you say? You're the help from the gatehouse, eh? Here you go. Sorry for the fuss. Today's offering for the altars of Gideus. In these bags are Yagudo's favorite cherries. These should give those ugly old beastmen their merries. Again, another rhymer. If you're wondering why there's now 2 bags, it's because there's 2 altars in Gideus's crags. The Yagudo by each altar stands, to each of them a bag you hand. You speak actually in poetry. Lovely. And though an offering you do bear, those Yagudo may attack you there, so take precautions, be prepared, lest you return in states impaired. Alright. Let's go. Now, what we're actually going to do is we're going to teleport ourselves to Port Windurst home point number 2. And just to save us a fair bit of time, I am going to go ahead and plunk down on a teleport. From the survival guide. Teleportation assistance. We're going to go to Saruta Baruta, West Saruta Baruta, and we're going to use Gil. Very expensive. But we'll do it. If we can get some more Sparks of Eminence and get a couple more of those Asteron shields, it quickly becomes trivial, but... Alright, so... here in West Saruta Baruta, Gideus is that southern exit there. Right over here. I don't know if you can see that tiny little cursor, but that's where we're headed. Now, just to mention one thing while we're walking here. Oh, there's a Yagudo. They probably won't bother me here. No, you're only level 5. As I was saying, one thing that I wanted to mention is that those prism powders and silent oils that I bought, there is an actual cheaper and easier way to get them, and that's from what is called the Curio Moogle. The problem is that in order to get access to the Curio Moogle, you need to progress through some of the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel questline, which I'm not doing yet. So I don't have access to that Moogle. I'm choosing not to do that for kind of narrative, pacing, and structure reasons. And when we're going through that, I guess I can explain why at that point. But the other reason why I'm not doing that right now is because one of the very first missions in the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel requires you to go to a place called Norg. Norg is in the southern island of Elshamo, which is accessible via airship from Juneau to Kazam, a town called Kazam. And in order to get that airship pass for your first trip there, because once you get there, you get a home point. You can teleport there, but you need to get keys from the 3 major Beastman strongholds in the 3 starting cities. So here in Gideus, in Palborough Mines in Bastock, and in Fort Gelsba in Sandoria. That's a lot of walking around to get that. Not only do we have to get there and get the keys, then I have to get to Juneau and get the pass. Then I have to go to Kazam and then make my way to Norg, which is also not an easy or very simple trip either. Especially at this point in the game where I don't have teleports, I don't have access to a Chocobo license. It's a pain in the butt. Alright, speaking of a pain in the butt, I forgot to get some maps, but that's okay. What we are doing is there are 2 different places we're going. So, first one we're going to do is follow the path, and at all intersections, take the left hand path, which is what we are going to do. Now, we might get attacked in here. Not by you, but as we go deeper in. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call my trust in. And I'm going to go ahead and get the whole crew. All three. Actually, I don't think we're going this way. I'll find my way. Really should have swung by the map vendor to buy the map, but oh well. I'll get it later. All right. Now we're heading towards G7 here, and this is one of the ones we need to speak to, Gupakya. You be coming a long way to deliver this, Kya. You be telling other smoothskins to keep offerings coming. Alright, so I gave the drink offering. And then we need to head over to the other side. Let's see, initiate. You're still level 7, still flagged as too weak. Okay, so this isn't going to be too bad. Yeah, I think I went the other way, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter what order you do these in. Now, we need to get to the other side, and I think I can get there. From here. Well, the question is, do I go ahead and go in? And try and get that key. I'm not thinking so. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to come in on my thief again for that treasure hunter ability. But it's definitely something that I'm going to need to do, and I'm going to need to do soon, is get those keys for the Kazam airship pass. Alright, here is La Mosey that we need to talk to. Good, we are taking Smoothskin's food offering. But now you must be leaving. Okay. Both offerings have been delivered. And we can head out of here. And then we need to return to the roof of the Rhinostery to turn this in, and because I did go ahead and get my warp ring, we can just use that. I should probably put my home. Yeah, I should probably change my my return point to an actual home point, so I'm right there and can travel from there to wherever I need to go. So we'll go ahead and set this home point as my actual home point. So this is my home point. So when I use my warp ring, I will end up right next to this. Alright, so we want to travel to another home point, current region, Windurst Waters, and we want to go to home point 3. Just gotta get my bearings. Where am I? Alright. Yes. Stairs are over here. It's a Jito Maru Jito. Leap Hop says, we of the Monastery would like to explore the underground canals too, and investigate why the great beast disappeared after the war ceased. But the entrance to the canals and Windurst walls has been off limit for 20 years, despite our calls. Known only as the Priming Gate, Guardians guard it as of late. And the Jito Maru Jiru says, I know. That's why I'm asking you for your cooperation. Our objectives coincide. I'm in search of Karaha Baruha's laboratory, and you're in search of the Great Beast's lair. And Leap Hop is... But opening the Priming Gate is no easy thing. The key is our Rhinostery Minister's ring, and Minister Rukususu wouldn't to you lend her ring even if you were really her friend. Man, some of these are stretches. You don't get what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking you. Listen, on the night Rukususu comes back from the Northlands... Let's continue this discussion later. Ta-ta. Interesting discussion that they're having. Back from Gideus. Now I see your mission's done. What joy, what glee. Oh, that was the Oristary Minister, Ajidu Marujito, who wants to go to Karaha Baruha's lab in the canals, so it really is the truth, what the rumors say. He's been asking about forbidden magics today. I'm surprised he doesn't get caught without quibble by Windurst Sybil guards and the Great Star Sybil. Anyway, your task's complete, your mission's done, so return to the gatehouse where you begun. And we're getting another alert that we're going to be having maintenance. I'm sure something great awaits you back at the gates. I'm fairly certain I have at least an hour, so it should be fine. Unless my math is wrong. In which case, this will be ending early. Either that or I'll have to cut in here and come back later and finish up. Alright, travel to another home point. We're going to head back to Windurst Woods. And talk to the gate guard. Okay. I completed the mission. So, you completed the mission? Then I shall be recommending you for promotion to rank 2. I suggest you try your hand at conquests now, as you'll need to gain more rank points before we can issue you further missions. You can gain rank points you need from participating in regional conquests. Ask the Warlock guard in charge of the conquests over there for further information. See you around. And we're now rank 2. Got 1,000 gil. Alright. So, ready to start working on the rank 2 missions. And yes, we're going to need more rank points to be able to do that, which we can check our rank points by going under status, profile, and under the profile there in tiny letters, it lists rank points with a bar that is not full. So we need to fill that up a little bit. And the other way we can get rank points is by trading in one crystal. Well, we can turn in any number of crystals, but we're going to only have to turn in just one. All right, there we go. So we should now be able to get the next mission here. Which is Lost for Words. Have you ever been to the Optistary's Library of Magic in Winter's Waters? Not exactly. Maybe we have, actually. Is that where, what's his face? One of the Mandragora buds is. I think so. Looks like they're in a spot of trouble there, as they're urgently asking for any able adventurer we have on hand to help them out. How about it then? If you feel you're up to it, why don't you volunteer to help the Optistary out? Sure, we'll take it. Then proceed to the Optistary's Library of Magic immediately. It's on the north side of Winter's Waters, the building that the road to the North Gatehouse runs through. No, we haven't actually been in there yet. I don't think so. Was it the Aurastery that we've been to? Alright, well, we're going to go to current region, Winter's Waters. It'll be home point 1. Yeah, it was the Aurastery that we went in. Alright. I think it's in this side. We're looking for Hosuka Porika, I think. Yes. Hold on. Something else is going on here. Sorry about that. I was just thinking. I'm facing my first crisis since taking over as Minister of the Optistary here. Variety is the spice of life. Oh no, this is someone else out there. There's something going on. I gotta parse out what is actually my quest and what is some other NPCs that are talking for some reason. By the way, who in my stars are you? What, you're the adventurer sent here to help from the gatehouse? Well then, let me explain. Where do I start? Firstly, do you know the role of the Optistary's Library of Magic? This is a repository for the storage and preservation of innumerable scrolls and books, from ages long past right up to the present. The most important role of our librarians is to consign our entrusted writings to posterity without ever losing a single one of them. Why, even during that terrible war 20 years ago, we were able to protect almost all of the books. But the restricted books section is another matter. Restricted books are never allowed to be taken out of the Library of Magic and are normally sealed away in a special room. Manuscripts. Life-threateningly dangerous to those weak in magical power. Books of the dark arts, not to be viewed by mortal eyes. Ancient scrolls, not even the minister of the optistery is allowed to open. All of which are writings that, if taken outside, would cause great calamity. However, one very important book disappeared during the war 20 years ago and has never been seen since. But recently, I received word that said book had fallen into the dirty paws of that outrageous Mithrin cat burglar who inhabits Windurst Woods. Although the source of this information is dubious, the possibility that she has that book is a matter of great consequence. This is where you come in. Once you go to meet that so-called cat burglar and confirm whether or not she possesses any of our restricted books. The Optistery must retrieve any restricted books back as soon as possible, and at any cost. We are counting on you. And indeed, the maintenance is in fact starting right now. So, I will have to be back once that is complete. Okay, and we're back after maintenance. Actually, it's like a day later. But also the game version updated. So I had to update some mods as well, so some things may look a little bit different. But we have been tasked to go see the cat burglar, which we know as Vana'diel. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a couple of NPCs that continuously talk to each other that were distracting me while I was trying to get that quest done. Alright, so we're heading towards current region, Windurst Woods. I think the closest home point is going to be home point 1. I'll head on up to where Vana'diel hangs out, and we'll chat with her. See what she has to say for herself. Alright. There she is. I'm a trifle busy these days. Be a good girl and leave me be. Oh, what's that? Oh, this is the trust permit again. There we go. That's the right cutscene. You want to know if I have a restricted book in my possession, do you? Where in Vana'diel did you hear that? You can never be too careful, you know. Okay, I'll let you in on it. You're a second-rank adventurer, aren't you? Then allow me to ask you this little favor I have first. If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, so to speak. Do what I ask, and I'll let you check the book I found. How about it, then? Very well. Did you know that up in the Tarongi Canyon there's a series of caves known as the Maze of Shakrami? If you examine the rocks in those caves with this lapis monocle hard enough, you should be able to find a lapis coral. I want you to bring me one. Happy hunting. Very well. We will head out there now. Maze of Shakrami is at the northern end of Tarongi Canyon. There are a few ways to get there. I think that this is going to be a good opportunity to demonstrate the Unity warp system. I think. Alright, well, I'll be back once I'm over to those NPCs. Oh, one thing before we head out. This is the map vendor, right here. Southern end of Bomingo Round. It's Piki Machuma. Makumat? Something like that. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's the map of Gideus. We should probably grab that. 600 gil. Map of the Maze of Shakrami. We should probably have that since we're heading out there. I should probably go ahead and grab these cheap ones. Sandoria area, Bastock area, Juneau area, because we're going to be heading in those directions relatively soon. Map of Wardell's Caves, Gelsba, Davoy, Carpenter's Landing, Zerun Mines. I mean, that's cheap enough. Palboro Mines. Bideau, Castle Estranja, lead to Lore Region, Bibiki Bay. We're going to want all of these. At some point, they're, you know, but that's, like, all of those are like 3,000 gil. That's going to require quite a bit of cash. But we'll get the critical ones first. And so we're going to need to get lots of sparks. I could definitely get 2 more Acheron shields, but let's see. Are there anything that I need to set? No. I think I have... No, we don't actually have the mission set. Oh, we already did that one. That got me 900 Sparks of Eminence. We're doing 2-1 right now, so once we're done, we'll have that. Okay. Alright, good. So, let's talk to you guys. And say we want to go to a wanted encounter area. Content level 99 and below. We want to go East Ron, far south, Gustaberg, East Rudo. Yes, this is going to be very useful for getting to the other cities. We want to go to Tarongi Canyon. Oh, that put us here at the entrance of Bubarima Peninsula. I was hoping that was going to put me a little further north. There is a survival guide way up to the north that I'm going to want to touch at some point. Now, we might get messed with here. The only thing that's going to be aggressive, I think, are going to be any Yagudo and goblins. And I should be more than capable of dealing with any of those by myself. Now, once we get into the maze, that's going to be quite the dangerous area. So we are going to need either to bring our truss out to fight anything that is going to get in our way, or we're going to have to use our sneak and invis, our prism powders and our silent oils to sneak past things. Huh. Oh, actually, another thing. We're right here by the crag. Let's divert a little bit. One of the things that you're going to want to do over here by the crags is, what we're looking for is not that one. Oh yeah, there are some things that are also going to potentially aggro me. Maybe we'll go take a look at theirs. There's some Yaguro. Let's see. You're too weak. You're not going to bother me. I don't want to come up onto this platform. We're looking for that. This is the telepoint. I want to touch that, and that should give me a key item for the Mia Gate Crystal. That allows me to be teleported to this particular crag by a white mage or other mage that has the teleport Mia spell. Can come in useful. Now, coming off of each of these crags is this large spine-looking thing. Look like giant vertebrae. And usually around these, you get those things. Evil weapons. That is level 19. A decent challenge is what it's flagged as. These aggro by sound. You know what? Let's fight one. All right. Get my crew out and let's engage. Use my Berserk ability, which increases my attack power, but weakens my defense, and since I'm not tanking, that's fine. It's an AoE stun, that's rather annoying. Because I need to... Records of Eminence, physical damage kills. Oh, and because we did just go through an update. Daily objectives. Monthly objectives. Mall Garden items. Maybe I'll have to show with the Mall Garden. Coalition assignments. I have no idea what that is. Delve. No idea what that is. High tier mission battlefields. Okay. A bunch of that stuff is probably kind of top-end content, so we're nowhere near there. Alright, so Maze of Shakrami. Down here. All right, now. There is a survival guide. Let's touch that so that we can get back here quickly in the future. All right. So here's the map, Maze of Shakrami, that we just bought. So that's good. We need to get to G6. G6. We need to get, okay, over top of that. Now, you know what? Let's demonstrate the sneaking and invising. Okay, so we're going to go to items. You want to use a silent oil. You always want to sneak first, because if you use your prism powder and then use a silent oil, it'll cancel your invisible. So silent oil first, and then prism powder. We're invisible and silent. So our Tinkerer here, who is easy prey, will not aggro me. But we don't want to go that way. We don't want to go that way. We want to go through the north tunnel here. Combats. And as you also should notice that our footsteps make no sound. What is that? An excavation point. Right. That's if you are doing mining or gathering of any kind. That would be a place where you could gather stuff. Mostly, I think, bone working related stuff. Okay. Alright, so we need to head up here. And then we're taking the right path. Then in here, in this room, there should be a fossil rock that we need to examine. I believe these carnivorous crawlers are also aggressive. Alright, so... fossil rock. Now, in order to examine this, we cannot be invisible, so I'm going to have to drop my invisibility manually. Just do that, and then we examine that rock. It's just a rock. There's no need to investigate it. There's another fossil rock over here. There's scorpions there. Did I miss a step? I did get the lapis monocle. There we go. There's the lapis coral. All right. Now, what we need to do is we need to head back to Windurst. So, warp ring. Alright, and now we need to go back and see Non-Amigo again. Alright, we're back up here. Alright, and you're gonna ask me about the whole trust stuff. Yeah. Alright, so you came through with it. Here, I'll give you this key. We'll make the transaction in my hideout, deep in the Horototo ruins. You go on ahead, I'll catch up with you there once I've finished up here. Okay, so we're heading back to the Horototo ruins. Alright, so... Need to head to East Ceruta, and it's the Lily Tower that we need to go to. And I'm going the wrong way. Alright, well. Guess I'll be back when I'm in the vicinity. Alright, we're at the Lily Tower in the eastern side of East Ceruta. Which... there is a survival guide here, but that's fine. I walked manually. So as not to spend the gil or tabs that were kind of unnecessary. It's not a long walk. Alright, so Non-Amigo's hideout is down here, middle of the right side of the map. And I neglected to acquire a map of the Hortoto ruins while I was at the map vendor. Silly me. Oh. No, that was where they was in Ceruta. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go to G9, lower left corner of the big room. That's actually where we are. Click through the cracked wall. Let's see. Am I in the right spot? There it is. Gotta tab around a bunch to find it. Alright. Death Watch Beetle that is incredibly tough. Troika Bats. Level 80. Alright. Now, supposedly, these do not aggro. Alright, let me just kind of figure out where it is that I'm heading here. Okay, I think I know where I'm going. To be on the lookout for anything that is a goblin or a skeleton. Because those will eat me for lunch. Even if I have my trust out. So. I could always sneak it and viz up if I need to. That's a beetle. It's a beetle, not a problem. Now, here's where we might run into some stuff. Yep, there's goblins. That trailblazer right there is level 82. Hopefully that bat is not aggressive, or this is going to be a short trip. No, bats are aggressive by sound, and so if it was going to aggro me, it would have. There's a grounds tome. If we wanted to be fighting down here, which I do not. Thank you very much. This is the mahogany door that we need to examine. Cozy. All right. Thank you for kindly coming all this way to carry out our little transaction. This is what you're going to do. Drop all the money and equipment you have on you, then get the hell out of here. Don't tell me this is your first lesson in School of Hard Knocks now, little girl. Now, perhaps you should consider this as your tuition fee. You see, we intended to use that book as bait to lure unsuspecting do-gooders like yourself into our little trap. Hurry up, drop all your belongings. You don't want to keep me waiting. Huh? Oh, Ace Guardians. We have found you, Mithra. Return the life force of our leader back to us. This is bad. What do you do, Top Cat? We can't take on 3 Ace Guardians and expect to live. You tricked us. You stole from us. Many important things you did. They were our lord's belongings. They were our ruler's possessions. It is not permissible for living tools such as you to take the property of the deceased. Living fools, not tools. So, Mithra, tell us where you hid our ruler's belongings. If you do not want to join him in death, then you had best speak the truth. Alright, I'll tell you then. All you wish to know is their whereabouts, right? The boxes you seek are hidden in the old summoner's residence in Windurst Walls, the house of the hero. Now that I've told you, you can stop chasing us around, right? Alright. And they have dots. You appear to be telling the truth. Of course I'm telling the truth. I know only too well that you Guardians can detect when someone is lying. And you also know that we are incapable of lying as well. We will be returning to town after we have silenced you forever. Why, you double-crossing... And one of them just exploded. Oh, it's Ajito Marujito. This time you've gone too far. When you cannot lie, you must value your words as much as your life. It is the Minister of the Oristary, Ajito Marujito. So, Guardians of the Dark, you have already investigated me, have you? Dare I ask what evil enterprise you are planning? Don't tell me you are after the forbidden magic as well. That couldn't possibly be true, could it? And they're gone. They cannot lie, but they can keep their silence. I underestimated them. So, now I see. You stole the book from our Guardian friends there, eh? But to hide it and your other spoils right under our noses in old Karaha Baruha's residence, I guess you could say that the darkest place is always under the candlestick. You can leave the rest to me. Give me the key to the house of the hero. I'm talking about Karaha Baruha's ring. I know you've got it. I know you got it. You know that the second you lay hands on those boxes, the Guardians are going to go after you, don't you? Well, I suppose if it means an end to being tailed by those creepy Guardians and you, my pesky little man, then it is a small price to pay. You have the gall to think I enjoy playing cat and mouse, running around after you, do you? Really now. As for you, adventurer, get out of here while you still can. You'll have a cat in hell's chance of escaping with your belongings intact. I better hurry back to Windurst Walls before it's too late. Well, we kind of got bailed out there. All right, so. And now we need to head back to Windurst again. Alright, so we need to head to Windurst Walls and find the House of the Hero. Home point number 1 is our closest. Alright, so House of the Hero is up to the north. And there it is, so we should be able to check the door. The door is unlocked. This is it. Now I can finally make some progress on my plan. Whoa, a curious one you are. What? Did you follow me all the way here? You're on a mission from the Optistery? Oh, so you're the foolhardy adventurer who accepted that one. Do you really think that the Book of the Gods could actually fall into the hands of that petty thief, the cat burglar? This is no Book of the Gods, it's just a work of the famous Karaha Baruha. The pages, they're blank. It can't be. The time for the Book of the Gods to lose its magic has come. You must hurry back to the Optistery. Tell Tosuka Parika that the pages of the Book of the Gods have turned blank. Tell him the Book of the Gods is no more. Well, I thought that wasn't the Book of the Gods. I guess it was. Alright, so we need to head back to the Optistery to finish up the mission. Alright. Alright, so we're back over here near the Optistery. We need to talk to this person. I think this is the wrong side. Yep, that's the wrong side. Alright, Tosuka Parika? Oh, you're finally back. How did it go? Did that so-called Mithrin cat burglar really have her paws on one of our restricted books? Those stinking NPCs again. What? Preposterous. The Book of the Gods? No. The time for the Book of the Gods to lose its magic has come? What? It said that when the Book of the Gods loses its magic power and returns to blank pages, the shadows of destruction will set upon our world. Really? How could such a fearful thing ever happen? Ajito Marujito, I bet you wanted the Book of the Gods so badly that you came up with this preposterous lie. Don't worry about Ajito Marujito, I'll report him to the Star Sibyl myself. As for you, adventurer, I must warn you to forget this ever happened, do you understand? Sure. Alright. So. We have completed Windurst rank 2-1 mission. We're ready to move on to the next Windurst mission, but we'll go ahead and end this episode here. So, thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.